All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Normally, I do longer previews and predictions and, film study and all sorts for these fights, but it is Easter weekend, so please do. I do apologize. It's not going to be longer. I just thought we'd make a 4 or 5 minute video here talking about Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder this weekend. There's a lot of fights going on this weekend. I just made a quick talk about Tim Tszyu, so go and check that one out as well. But this one here for me is very, very interesting. And like I said, I do apologize that it's not going to be more in depth, but I actually don't think it needs to be more in depth than what I'm going to say. I've named the title Derek Chisora retires Deontay Wilder, and that is my belief this weekend. And I'm going to talk about why. But, leading up to this fight, it's got to be one of the weirdest lead ups to a fight I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Like, I've seen probably 15, 20, maybe more interviews. I've seen hour-long specials, all sorts of rubbish around this fight. And Derek Chisora looks switched on, ready for his last hurrah, ready to go in there and beat Deontay Wilder, put in a great performance and beat Deontay Wilder in his last 50 and final fight. I look at Deontay Wilder and I'm thinking, is this guy actually ready to fight? Because every time I've seen this guy in the lead up, and this is why I think Derek Chisora retires Deontay Wilder, because, to let the cat out of the bag, I believe Derek Chisora beats Deontay Wilder. I'm going to tell you why he beats him, but first I want to talk about the mentality behind Deontay Wilder. Millions of interviews in this build-up, all right? I get it, you got to sell the fight. But never have I actually sat down and watched an interview where he's talking about the fight. Have you noticed this? Every time I've seen an interview or a clip from an interview or him on Piers Morgan or this or that or this or that, he's talking about rubbish that has nothing to do with this fight. I know, he flipped out at Piers Morgan, which I already made a video on months ago saying, is that how weak mentally Deontay Wilder is right now? That a small comment about the Tyson Fury fight sends you into a tangent about something that had nothing to do with the conversation whatsoever. Look, it is his personal life experience, and I'm not dismissing his personal life experiences. I'm dismissing the fact that you flipped out at Piers Morgan for me over nothing. I didn't actually think if Piers Morgan said something wrong, which he does a lot, yeah, go after him. I'm more than happy for you to walk off and tell him what he is. Like Derek Chisora did today. If you saw that interview, he called him a cunt because he was talking about other fights instead of the fight that they're doing. And that's understandable. I get that. But that's not what Deontay Wilder did. He flipped out and started going on a tangent about all sorts of other stuff. I've seen another interview where he's talking about how his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or whoever she is got pregnant by inseminating, all sorts of crazy stories. And I'm like, there seems to be a lot of emphasis around Deontay Wilder and his personal life and previous fights and looking retrospectively at life rather than, this task ahead of yourself. And even more than that, instead of looking at Derek Chisora, we're hearing him talk about he's in his prime, he's the best he's ever been, I'm taking on Usyk next. And everything just seems very dismissed about the fight that you're actually going to be taking. And for me, that's bad mentality coming to a fight like this. Heavyweight division, very, very experienced and veteran fighter, somebody that's going to be in here very, very confident, wanting to make, noise in his last fight, go in there, make a big statement, have that last hurrah, have a great night, feeling good about yourself. He's ready to go. He's primed to go. He's ready to go to war. He's going to hunt Deontay Wilder down. Deontay Wilder seems to me to be talking and in a mental state of everything but actually taking on Derek Chisora. And for me, that's a recipe for disaster. And that's why I think Derek Chisora retires Deontay Wilder, because I think Deontay Wilder takes this fight not 100% mentally there and not 100% concentrated on the fight at hand. Derek Chisora out there to make a statement. On top of that, when's the last time you saw Deontay Wilder perform? We're talking the second, the third Tyson Fury fight. That was a very long time ago. And since then, we've seen him win, 2 fights? Stopping Robert Helenius in the first round, stopping Herndon in the 7th round, which was a scrappy and messy fight, plus the back-to-back losses to Zhang and Parker in the middle. So it's been a very long time since we've seen Deontay Wilder actually firing. All right, he looked terrible against Herndon, couldn't land that right hand for his absolute life. Herndon was running away for a lot of that fight, granted, but still, he was at distance. He was right there to be hit, and you couldn't land the punch for ages. For me, I think Derek Chisora is going to be in his face, pushing him back, being physical with him. I'm not sure Deontay Wilder knows how to deal with that, nor is he in the prime of his career where he's going to just land that one shot from the gods out of nowhere. I think he's got to tee it up. I think he's got to have Derek Chisora on the back foot, and I think Derek Chisora at this point in his career that you can land a shot that's 60, 70%. It doesn't have to be 100%. And he probably goes down. It probably hurts him anyway. But you got to land that. And for me, Deontay Wilder hasn't looked like landed that. And that is basically what he built his career on, was that one punch. And when that one punch goes, when it's not landing, when you can't find it, I just don't see how you win it. You either lose on a decision or you get outworked and stopped by Derek Chisora. And the weak mental state, in my opinion, look, I could be completely wrong. I'm not, a psychologist. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm a doctor, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff here that I just don't have any confidence in Deontay Wilder at all. And I think if Deontay Wilder comes into this fight at 40 years of age, and this fight goes the way I think it does, which I think Derek Chisora stops him, I just don't see Deontay Wilder fighting on anymore. I don't know where the saleability would be there. I don't know how anybody would get behind him. I don't know how he himself would actually continue after being demolished from Derek Chisora, because no offense to Derek Chisora, but Deontay Wilder thinks he's leaps and bounds so much better than Derek Chisora, and you might be. You very well might be. Your resume is better than Derek Chisora's. No one's questioning that. But right now, can you beat him is a different question. And when your belief is that you're so much better than him and that you're going to sweep the floor with him and you lose, what that does to an already weak mind, we're going to have to wait and see. But ultimately, I think Derek Chisora wins this fight. I haven't seen anything from Deontay Wilder in the lead up to this fight, nor did I see anything in his previous fights that give me the confidence to say, well, his mind's not there, but the physical ability's still there. I don't see him being mentally prepared for this fight, nor do I think he's physically prepared for this fight, nor do I think he's got the boxing ability, all right, to on an off night beat Derek Chisora. So for me, Derek Chisora wins this fight. I think he stops Deontay Wilder. I think it can be a messy, messy fight, but I think Derek Chisora gets the best out of that, wins the fight, and I think they both, this will be the last time, in my opinion, that we see Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder. Obviously, if Deontay Wilder wins, then you can just scrap that off the resume, because, of course, if Deontay Wilder wins, he's going to continue, but I don't personally believe he wins, and I don't personally believe we see him continue, and if he does continue, it'll be against some absolute nobody. All right, he's not going to get an Usyk type fight. He's not going to get an AJ, a Fury, any of these type names. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Maybe I'm giving Deontay Wilder way too hard a time. I don't think I am. I've thought about this a lot in this lead up, and yeah, it's an odd one. Everything I've seen from Deontay Wilder in this lead up is odd. It's weird. It doesn't seem right, and when things don't seem right, they normally aren't right, and that's what I can see happening in this fight. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know in the comments below what you guys think.